Alright everyone, so in this video we're going to review the contents of a toolbox. Okay, so it's definitely a prudent measure to keep your smaller tools in a toolbox and your larger stuff in a crew kit or a tote of some sort, because this kind of stuff, if you have in a big box with all your stuff, you're just going to be constantly looking and wasting time searching for tools. Okay, so let's go left to right here. So we have pliers, and these are for removing any plugs from clients' walls or anything that needs to get pulled out of the wall. Screwdriver for removing faceplates and other activities. Scissors for cutting plastic and whatever else needs to get cut. 6-in-1 for opening cans. This one's a little old. You can tell that it's going to need replacing, because it's not really operating like a 6-in-1 anymore.
More of a 1-in-1? More
like a 1-in-1. But yeah, that's you want a couple of these. Just a spare knife in case, you know, there's any bubbles to poke or something like that. Okay, so the can opener, the reason I have that, it's not necessarily to open the paint can, it's more when you have like a mesh tape or a long line of drywall tape failure. Sometimes you can just hack away at the line, caulk it, and then you can mesh tape it, because sometimes when you just mesh tape over cracks, they come back later in time. So that's what I use this for. X-Acto knives for cutting plastic, cutting out drywall tape that's bubbled, etc. Teeth for washing the brushes and the rollers when you're done. And then we have some floor scrapers here and window scrapers, so if you ever get drips of paint on floors or windows, that's what these are for. Let's progress our way across. So all these tools would sit in the tray, which you would put at the top of the box. Now, we got 4 bucket hooks here. You can never have too many bucket hooks. These seem to go missing all the time. So very simply, you just clip it on, and now you're good to go up the ladder. Okay, and you want to get the one with the clip, because if you just get the one that has the hook at the bottom, what if you nudge the paint can and it goes flying, right? An extra $1 can save you a lot of stress.
Few hundred,
yeah. Okay, and then we got the artist brush here. This is just for touch-ups. I have some smaller ones in other toolboxes, but these are very useful if you just need to do a quick touch-up. Now this one's really cool. This is called the gooseneck brush. Okay, so the gooseneck brush is very malleable, so you can screw it onto the end of a pole, and if you're in a very hard to reach spot, like at the top of a staircase, or this one time I was on the scaffold gooseneck cutting freeze boards on this house. It was actually pretty crazy. That's what the gooseneck is for, okay? And actually, just a pro tip, when you're using the gooseneck, you want to do your best to cut everywhere that you can possibly reach before you put this on the pole and cut, because cutting with this takes a tremendous amount of time, okay? Next we have our brushes, pretty standard. Usually keep 5 per toolbox. We like to use the 2.5-inch Brilliant brushes. You know, we use them for maybe 5 to 10 jobs at max, and then once they start getting crappy, we toss them or use them for oil primer. We got the ball peen hammer and the regular hammer.
Very important tools.
Very important, yes. So when you have a nail pop or something to hit in that's protruding from the wall, you put the ball peen up against the thing that you're trying to hit in, and then you just give it a nice tap, and then you putty it and you get some smooth finishes. Next, standard
stir sticks.
And then we got our safety glasses. Obviously I need to replace these, you can see.
It's funny because that's actually only a few jobs, but when you're working with a lot of putty, that's what ends up happening.
Yeah, or stucco ceilings or something like that. So yeah, no, these will save your bacon, because you only get 2 eyes, so definitely want to have these. And let's progress our way over here to the putty knives, okay? So we'll go largest to smallest. You got your 6-inch for doing larger skims. And I have larger knives in the drywall box there for really, really large skims. Got a 4-inch, got a 2.5, 3. Got a couple of 3 or 4 inches here, 2.5 or 3. You're probably wondering why we have so many knives per kit. This is for the reason that if there's 2 painters on site and the production manager comes or the owner comes and everyone's working at once, doing prep at once, then everyone has knives to work with, right? And also sometimes knives just get dirty and it's a waste of time to clean them while you're working. You just save it for the end when you're cleaning, so you just grab a fresh knife. Ideally though, you want to keep clean knives while you're working.
Yes, good habits.
Good habit. And then these are the smaller ones, okay? So we got the 1 inch for like really, really tight spots between like door frames and window frames and walls. And then just the 1 and the 1.5, or 1.5 and 2 inch, I suppose. Okay, so these are just for like quickly filling some pinholes. Nothing over the top, nicks and dings. So that's essentially what should make up your toolbox. The only thing that I've capped this video off with is the top of the toolbox is where you can keep
extra blades.
Extra blades, right? So we got extra blades here for the floor scraper. I got extra blade here for the
wall and window scraper, drywall scraper, any type of scraper refill you'll find in there.
Yeah. And then so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you learned something new and gained value from that. Feel free to check us out on social media at Altona Painting on Facebook and Instagram to see some of our most recently completed projects. Also, check out our website altonapainting.com to see our full portfolio and learn more about us. If you're in the Greater Toronto area and you're looking for a painter who values quality and professionalism, hit us up. Or if you know someone who is looking for a painter, pass our name along. Lastly, thank you so much for watching and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more instructional painting videos.